everyone, welcome to Advice to Think Twice. This is Monica, okay, and I am doing our week ahead readings. This week I'm doing something different and I'm doing individual sign readings. Let me know if you like this format or if you prefer the one video with the timestamps for all the signs. This will be for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. You can watch this if you're dealing with a Sagittarius. As always, these are general, so keep an open mind. Take what resonates, disregard the rest. Be sure to watch all of your placements. Okay. And if you're interested in a private reading, the information about that is always in the description box below. Please make sure to like, share, comment, subscribe if you haven't. Thank you so much if you have already. And as always, these are timeless, so whenever you feel drawn to watch the video, that's when it holds a message for you and you should see it. Technically, we're looking at the week beginning August 8th, 2022, but don't get hung up on the date, okay? You have other weeklies you can check out. You have monthlies to check out. I will link a few playlists for you at the end of the video. So let's see what's going on for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs in the week ahead. Lord. So we have Strength with the Three of Swords that fell out like that. So you might be falling out with a Leo, or a Leo is disappointing you or kind of breaking your heart. Let's see what's going on for Sagittarius, Sun, Rising, Venus signs in the week ahead. The situation, challenge, the outcome. Bottom of the deck, we have the Empress, Taurus and Libra energy. This is growth, expansion, increase when it comes to love, when it comes to finances. This is financial independence, self-sufficiency, making more than enough money. This could be also an energy of help, of support, of someone nurturing you and someone supporting you. Dealing with a mother figure or focusing on a mother figure at this time. For some of you, this is about motherhood. It's about children, pregnancies, that sort of thing. Let's see, in the situation, we have the father of water and the Four of air, Four of swords. So the King of Cups with the Four of Swords, there's some sort of healing. I don't know if you are healing from this person, from what they did. There's a pause, there's a truce, okay? There's a pause between you and a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. They don't have to be. Or there's a temporary break, a temporary separation. Or this is someone helping you heal. Because this could be a therapist, a counselor, someone you trust. Let's keep going. In the challenge position, Three of Swords again, with the Magus, the Magician. Your challenge, for some of you, this is coming up as see your power, okay? Don't lose your confidence. Because I feel like there's some level of grief, of sorrow, of loss, disappointment that has happened. I feel like it's happened already because you have the Four of Swords in your current situation, okay? So this is what you're healing from. And your challenge is to see that whatever happened was to teach you about your own worth, to get you to a point of feeling independent, seeing that you can make it work, seeing that you don't need this person or you don't need this, whatever they were doing. Support, help, collaboration. For others of you, your challenge is to see through someone's manipulation or to see through whatever it is that they're trying to sell you on. Let's keep going here. In the outcome, we have the Eight of Swords with the Ace of Wands. There's a new beginning that is trying to happen. I feel like for some of you, you don't see this coming because you have the Eight of Swords in the first position. And the Ace of Wands can be a new beginning that's trying to happen. So I don't know if this is someone trying to make their way back into your life, someone trying to get back into your good graces, because you're not seeing this person, you're not talking to this person. This could also be a situation where they're trying to come to you and have a conversation where everything gets put on the table. And it gets you in your head about, do you want to have a new beginning with this person or not? Do you believe what they're saying or not? because the timing of things might be a little off, because I do see some level of success, independence, recognition with this Empress energy, making a lot more money. And so it's almost like, why? I haven't seen you or spoken to in so long. Why now? Why are you coming back now? You know what I mean? Now, they are coming back as a king energy, whether they're male or female, doesn't matter. So this tells me that in this time of separation or being detached from one another, this is someone who's grown up a little bit. This could have been someone who I feel like you dealt with them previously in a page energy. So they said things, they wanted to mean them things, but when it came time to deliver, they just didn't. They couldn't. Saying beautiful things, but then changing their mind, or do you know what I mean? Never following through. Is that kind of an energy. And you might have given them more than one chance, which is why now you're completely in your head thinking, do I really want to put myself through that again? I got better things to do right now. Interesting. But someone does want to make peace with you. Now, you don't have to take this person back. It could just be a case of making peace, right? Being civil, having your say, giving them a piece of your mind if that's what it is and you didn't get a chance to do that before. And then you can be civil. You don't have to hate each other, or you don't have to, flinch every time someone mentions their name because you're still angry about it. Do you know what I mean? You don't have to have the full-blown, okay, let's do this again type thing if you don't want to. So I do want you to see that, okay? And for others of you, this is about learning how to establish boundaries. This is someone who has taken advantage of your good nature in some way, or taken advantage of you financially, or taken advantage of you emotionally, okay? And this was a lesson for you to learn how to establish boundaries to protect your resources, okay? Time, money, emotion, whatever it is. And them coming back could be a test. You could see that as a test. So let's see, let's get more information here for Sagittarius. We got an interesting read here. So with the Queen of Cups, with the King of Cups and the Four of Swords, we have the Ten of Wands. Yeah, this is like someone who has not been able to let you go, someone who has, or you haven't been able, both, like it's a mutual thing. But this is also not seeing or not speaking to each other has been a burden, I feel like, for both of you. With the Three of Swords and the Magician as the challenge here, we have the Nine of Fire, the Nine of Wands. Your back is up, okay? When it comes to this person, you're like, I can't trust you. I just can't trust you. Eight of Wands and the Eight of Swords, sorry, and the Ace of Wands. I was looking at the Ace of Fire. And the Wheel of Fortune. They will try to make a comeback. And it's your decision if you have another ride on that merry-go-round or if you treat it differently. This is about boundaries with the Nine of Wands here. You seeing your power. Did I not say that in the beginning of the reading? You seeing your worth, you seeing your power with the Magician. That's your challenge. And establishing some boundaries. If you want to be in your life, these are them rules. Okay? There's no negotiation. These are the rules. You either follow the rules or you don't. There's no middle ground here. I have been more than willing to meet you in the middle, and I've ended up in the middle by myself because you never came meet me in the middle. Do you know what I mean? Under the Empress, we have the Queen of Swords, the Fool, the Knight of Pentacles, yeah, and Temperance, your energy, and the Ten of Pentacles and the High Priestess. Listen, you and the Nine of Swords, this person has had you in your head, and the Emperor. So now you have the Empress and the Emperor here. This could be going on in a couple dynamic. It could be going on in family or with a parent figure in your life. It's had you in your head, the whole situation between the two of you, okay, in your head over and over again, dissecting the situation, because what they did to you was cruel. Okay, it's a lot of spiritual lessons that you've had to learn with the High Priestess about your value with the Wealth energy here with the Ten of Pentacles. Things to do with commitment, things to do with family relationships, family dynamics, things to do with legacy. This could have been something happening over a legacy, right? And someone in the family showed their true colors. And now they want to make peace. Now they want to do the work. Now they want to make the effort and have a fresh start and a clean slate with you. And it will be your decision with the Queen of Swords and the Empress. Your guard is up when it comes to this person. You don't have to take them back. Listen. Forgiveness is not for the other person. Forgiveness frees yourself from a burden. I will, tell you that much. I do feel like this is a situation where a parent really let you down because they disregarded you. It could have been over money. Something that was owed to you, they took and they explained it away as, I'm your parent, I'm entitled to this. A parent could have just taken advantage of you financially and unapologetically. You were dealing with someone, I don't know if it's a parent or not, doesn't matter, but they were immature. A parent can be immature. Do you know what I mean? Anyone can be immature. Age is just a number. And they kept disappointing you. They kept letting you down. And I do feel like someone's explaining away their actions as, I'm your parent. You have to respect me. You can't cut me out of your life. I'm your mother. I'm your father. I'm your sibling. You can't cut me out of your life. Or family. And you're like, you know what? That doesn't mean squat. That's not an excuse for you to treat me the way you want to treat me. In such a cruel fashion. I don't care if we're family. That's not what that means. Maybe that's part of the lesson that you learned. Because I do feel like you were feeling guilty for the longest time with the 9 of Swords and the 10 of Wands. You were feeling very guilty cutting this person out, or even putting up boundaries with them you felt guilty about, right? It's been a challenge. But you've had to learn some things. You've learned some things about, you know what? I don't care. It doesn't matter what kind of relationship we're in, what kind of, if we're family or not, if we're in a couple or not. At the end of the day, I deserve respect. I deserve to be treated the way I deserve to be treated. The fact that you're my elder is not an excuse. The fact that you're my quote-unquote family is not an excuse. The fact that we have children together is not an excuse for you to treat me this way. But the Wheel of Fortune is like open-ended here for you. It will be your decision if you want to have another round with this person. But with the Wheel of Fortune and the Magician, it will be what you make it. Okay? Meaning, if you do give them another chance and you don't change anything in the approach, it will be another disaster. If you give them the opportunity to earn your trust, to earn your respect, okay, in other words, you tell them about your boundaries and your expectations, and you give them a chance, right? It's up to you now. I told you what I want to see. I told you what I need from you. It's up to you what you do with our relationship. I told you how I want to be treated. I told you, you know everything. It's up to you what you do with that information. And what you do, your actions will show me if you truly respect me or not, if you're truly willing to make the effort or not. And they will. Their actions will show you. But it's up to you if you even want to give them that shot, if you even want to give them that opportunity, or if you want to give them a piece of your mind and then shut the door, block them, and be done. Okay? So let's see. Let's give more information here for Sagittarius in the week ahead. With the King of Cups, the 4 of Swords, and the 10 of Wands. You also took a pause from this person because it was too much of a burden. You took a break from this person because it was too much of a burden. So maybe you took a break because you felt frustrated. You felt like, I just can't get through to them. So I have no other choice but to leave. But that was a grief in itself. That was painful in itself. There is a comeback around, regardless of who left whom and who did what. There's a comeback around, okay? Someone is trying to open up. This could be you. Take it as resonates. Reverse the roles if need be. Someone's trying to put it all on the table. Someone's trying to tell you that they've grown up a little bit. They've matured a little bit with that King of Cups energy. They've learned a little bit about themselves and what's important with the Ten of Pentacles energy. It'll be up to you. If you wanted to give this another chance, the way to do it, like I say, is to take baby steps with that Knight of Pentacles and the Fool and the Temperance energy. To take baby steps, to give a little, to see if they match your effort or not. To keep an open mind and see what happens. It will take time for things to unfold enough for you to have enough information to make a decision as to if it's worth your time or not. It can be, but it will be a lot of work. Is it worth it? That's up for you to decide. At the bottom of the deck, we have the rings. Yeah, commitment. Someone's trying to come back and offer you commitment. Or someone's trying to come back and offer to commit to being better. To commit to treating you the right way. Okay? With the King of Cups, the Four of Swords, and the Ten of Wands, we have the Bull, the Web, and the Fan. Yeah, look, this is someone who I hold all the power. Okay? And with the Emperor and the Empress, I hold all the power. There was no give and take. There was no meeting in the middle. Okay, they talked about it, but they never did it. They expected you to do everything. This is someone who talked about meeting in the middle, who talked about you have to compromise, but they never did. Do you know what I mean? With the Web, card of Passage, I feel like someone's trying to come back and talk about with the Fan. Talk about what they've learned. This was a rite of passage for you and as much as it was for them. But they want to talk about what they've learned. Okay? They want to talk about how they've learned about their own ego, how they've learned about their own pride that gets in the way, how they've learned about their controlling tendencies. They're going to try to talk to you about it. Okay? Now, with the Fan here, like veiled communication, they're not going to be, it's not going to be, this is what I've learned. I learned I have a big ego, and I'm really sorry about that. This is where I think it comes from, and this is what I did, and this is what I want to do. It's not going to be that. It's going to be, I've learned I've got some things to work on, right? I've learned that I've got maybe some controlling tendencies, but it's like tentative. It's like they're trying to own up to it, but it won't be like, this is what it is. I'm sorry. Do you know what I mean? But that's not to say it's false. It's not to say it's false. But I feel like that's what you're picking up on with the Magician and the Three of Swords, and you're like, so what are you saying? Are you admitting it or not? Are you owning up to it or not? They're saying, I think it's possible that this happened. And you're like, I know that happened. Are you owning up to it or not? But just be aware. I mean, you don't have to. You can do whatever you want because this person mistreated you. But be aware. They've never been in this position before. Okay? This is someone who has a very hard time owning up to not being perfect. Owning up to making a mistake, right? To you, maybe it's like, you know what, mistakes happen. You just own up, apologize, and try to do better. And that's your approach. And you're sitting there expecting this other person to do the same thing. But it's a real struggle for them to even admit to themselves that they might have made a mistake, let alone admit it to someone else. Actually say the words. Do you know what I mean? This is someone who it's torment. Okay, to them that's torment. So for them to even say, it's possible I may have misunderstood, for example, as opposed to, because of my ego I took it the wrong way and I shouldn't have. Okay, for them to communicate that way, like the long way around, you know what I mean? That's not them being insincere. That is genuinely the best they can do, coming from where they're coming from. Does that make sense? With the Eight of Swords and the Ace of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune, we have the purse, the sun, and the earth. They're really trying to do better. They're trying to be more responsible when it comes to you. They're trying to take responsibility for themselves. But again, with the purse, this is like a card of concealment, right? I'll tell you some things and some things I'll keep to myself. And I feel like that's what you're picking up on, and you're thinking, why are you doing that? You're still playing games. But to them, they're kind of working their way up to admitting everything they have to admit to themselves and then to you. Okay, but they're trying to be more responsible with it. They're trying to take more accountability. This someone has a very big ego. Okay, and ego is ego. It's got its purpose. Okay, it usually keeps us safe and keeps us out of trouble and keeps us, in a place where we feel happy about ourselves and content and confident and whatever. It's got its purpose. It's got its place. But this is someone who is like overcompensated. Their ego is the result of them overcompensating for not feeling enough, for feeling very insecure, for having deep self-esteem issues. They overcompensate and they turn into this controlling, I'm perfect individual. Okay? And because of what happened between the two of you and the fact that you've actually withdrawn from them, they had to have a look at themselves and be like, okay, what am I doing here? Because they expected you to keep chasing. They expected you to give in. They expected you to be the one that forgives. They don't even have to apologize and you just forgive them. And you haven't been doing that. And it's been a very heavy burden for them. And it's taken them this long to come back to you because they've been telling themselves, I did nothing wrong. They're playing games, right? I'm not going to give in. To them, it was a game. To you, it was like, sorry, disappointment, grief. You mourned it and you just accepted it and moved on. And they're finally catching up to that. They're finally, oh, it wasn't a game. Right? And that has caused them to take a hard look in the mirror. They've learned some things. They genuinely have. The way they'll talk to you is not going to be very blunt and this is what it is and completely owning up to everything. They'll be tentative. They'll dance around the subject. They'll take the long way around. But that's not to say they're insincere. It's genuinely the best they can do when you think about where they've come from and what they've overcome and what they're overcompensating for. Now, if you want to have grace with that and be patient and forgiving, that's up to you. This person is sincere. They are learning. They are genuinely trying to be more responsible, but it's up to you because it will take time. It's a long road ahead if you wanted to give them another chance. Okay. If you want to tell them where to go, you can absolutely do that too. It will be what you make it, okay? But fortune favors the brave, so if you want to saddle up for a long road and some work ahead, I do feel like it would pay off in the end. So I'll leave that with you to consider. But I'm going to leave it there. It's a very interesting reading, Sagittarius. Tell me what this is about if you want to, if you feel comfortable sharing. But I really hope the reading helps you, okay? Because it looks like a lot. So I'm going to leave it there. Watch your other placements, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a great week. Bye for now.